back to the Cocco channel and to a very special kind of video that I've never done before on my channel. But what got this started is my really dear friend, Miss Celeste, wrote me an email and was asking a couple of questions, and I was like, you know what, this would make a really great video. Do you mind if I use your name or read your email? And she was like, no, go ahead, anytime you need to. It's fine by me. So let me just read you her cute little email. Okay, so it says, hey girl, okay, what I was wanting was some tips, tricks on, or advice rather, on how are you, number one, how are you able to save when shopping online at Sephora, Ulta, etc. Number two, where do you find coupons to save extra money on your purchases? Number three, basically what I'm asking is how do you make such large purchases without breaking the bank? I just recently got on with Ebates and that app is amazing, but I'd like to combine coupon sales discounts with it to save along with the Ebates rebate money. Any and all info that I can squeeze out of you would be so greatly appreciated. I'm just now finishing up with school, so I'm kind of limited on how much spending money I get until a good paying job comes around. Or any job, really, LOL. And Christmas is right around the corner, and I have my mom and a bunch of women in my family wanting makeup and accessories for Christmas this year. Oi. Thank you kindly, Celeste. So I took about a couple of hours really and really put, you know what I mean, like my heart and not my heart, but my brains really into this on how I could answer her and help her, basically, you know what I mean? That was my goal, was to help her. And so I want to bring this to you guys because I feel like it is a little bit, you know what I mean, much that I constantly have hauls and, you know what I mean, constantly showing you new things, and it is from like higher end stuff, and I pick and choose what I spend more money on rather than I don't. Do you know what I mean? So I want to first start off with telling you that this is my job. You know what I mean? Like, I invest all of my extra and like my family's extra money. We invest it in this. You know what I mean? Like, we don't really take luxury vacations. My son's not old enough to, like, you know what I mean? He has extra, you know, like extra, what am I trying to say? Extra expenses. Like, he's not at that age, you know what I mean, where he's going to school and needs this, and you know what I mean? Like, obviously all of those things are taken care of first. And my husband isn't a very, what's the word I'm looking for? He doesn't spend money, you know what I mean? Like, he's a very much homebody, so he doesn't go out and spend money on things. Like, I am definitely the spender in the family, you know what I mean? But when I spend it on this. Like, I invest in this. So I just want to start off saying that to you, because not everyone does this for a living, and not that I make anything to pay the bills with, but this is what I'm choosing to do with my passion and my hobby, and I want to make this my job. So I'm not just like somebody who's like interested in makeup. Like, I get stuff like first when it comes out, you know what I mean, to review, and you know what I mean, like I have a lot more than people, not as much as some, but like more than your everyday person, I want to say, you know what I mean? So I just want to start off with that, but then I do want to get into some specifics. So this is what I wrote back to her, and I'll touch a little bit on each one. I said, hey, those are some really good questions. I'll be completely honest with you. There aren't a ton of ways to save a ton of money at Ulta and Sephora, but I will share a few with you. Number one, build up your status at Ulta over Sephora. They have a better point system by far. If you can, try to get platinum. I know $450 is a lot of money to spend, but 1.25 points per dollar adds up. Plus, you get more coupons throughout the year on prestige items and first access to new products if you're a freak like me and collect everything under the sun. So just to touch on that a little bit more, and like kind of a smart way to do it, if you, or to think about it, is if like say you haven't gotten platinum this year, I would definitely work on getting it next year. And even, I did the math on this. It's $450 which is $37 a month. If you spent $37 a month, which, you know what I mean, take half of that. If you just took $20 out of every paycheck and spent that, you know what I mean, at Ulta to get that platinum status, like if you build it up next year, it's easier to maintain it the following years. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, you know what I mean, you're not going to be, a lot of people aren't able to spend like $450 at the beginning of the year to save it. Like, I pretty much get platinum, I want to say by maybe March, just because, again, I get things right when they come out, you know what I mean, and I have to restock a lot of things, you know what I mean. 1.25 points really adds up, and then later on in the video I'm going to tell you how you can rack up even more points. Let's move on to the next. Number 2 is make a list. What do you use on a daily basis? Keep that list handy at all times. I always stock up on brands when they have 2 to 5 times the points. Unless I completely run out of something, then that's when I'll usually get it. So, for example, Mario Badescu, they'll come on and say 5 times the points, you know what I mean? So that's when I'll go on and I'll get 5 bottles of my, you know what I mean, rose water. Or something else that I use on a daily basis is Soap and Glory. I use that lotion every single day. I use the foot scrub, I use the body scrub, I use the foot cream on a daily basis. So when, you know what I mean, Soap and Glory is 5 times the points, I'll go on there. Or, you know what I mean, a lot of times they'll have sales. Like just recently was the Cyber Fun Days. It wasn't Cyber Monday, it was Cyber Fun Days the week before Thanksgiving, and Mario Badescu, Soap and Glory, Shea Moisture, all of those were a percentage off. That is another way, you know what I mean, obviously they're gonna have sales. Number 3 is bank your points. Gauge the time of year you're going to shop the most. Do you have a ton of birthdays in the beginning of the year? Do you have to buy something for everyone at Christmas, or do you do like maybe Secret Santa? I save all of my points for the 20% off coupons. Now Ulta does 20% off 3 times a year. That's right, Ulta does. Sephora, even if you're a Rouge in the spring sale, we only get 15, and then during the like Christmas sale, coupon sale, that's when we get 20. Ulta does 20% off 3 times a year. They do spring, summer, and in winter. Just keep that in mind as well. So I bank all of my points for the fall, because that's when a lot of the Christmas kits come out, and that's what I love to collect. That's like my number 1 thing, aside from highlighters. That's all year round, but I absolutely love it when Christmas kits come out. That's when you know, like I said, I collect Christmas gifts, and that's when I buy a lot of gifts. Like I buy a lot of gifts for my friends here on YouTube. I buy gifts for my mom who loves makeup and beauty, skincare, my grandmother, you know what I mean? So I always bank my points for the end of the year. Now you saw the last Ulta haul I did was ginormous, and it was a lot of new stuff, and it was a lot of bigger stuff, and I think I paid $16 out of pockets just because I banked all of my points towards when I know, you know what I mean? So like if you have, you know, a ton of siblings and maybe nieces and nephews, and everyone's birthday is like in March, or you know what I mean, something like that, or if you have a wedding, or you know what I mean, you just know that you're going to spend it at a certain time of year, like bank your points until then. And that's another thing, is that applies only towards platinum members. Platinum members points can roll over. If you're not platinum, then you lose them, you know what I mean? So when I go into an Ulta store, which is rare, and they ask me, you have, you know, $17 in points, would you like to use them? I always say no. I always save my points. Okay, so if you're going to be a Sephora girl, this is number 4. If you're going to be a Sephora girl, pay the $10 flat rate for free flash shipping all year. For a lot of people, this isn't an option. It isn't an option to get Rouge. That's $1,000 and not easy to do. I only got there because this is literally my job, and I buy every single release that comes out almost. There honestly isn't anything. What was it? There honestly isn't anything special about it. Before that though, I did purchase the $10 shipping for the whole year, and it saves me a ton. Plus you get everything really, really quick. So just to touch on that, you know, there is like usually a banner across your screen on Sephora. I don't know where that accent just came from. And it'll say like free flash shipping for a year, $10. I'm even going to repurchase it because mine ran out, and I was like, oh, well, I'm Rouge, it's no big deal, you know. And now Rouge only gets 3-day shipping, which, you know what I mean, when, like I said, this is like something that you're doing for a living and you want to be like one of the first people that gets on for like the new releases and get your review and swatch video up, like get your worth it, you know, I do worth it Wednesdays, you know, 2 days and 3 days kind of makes a difference, you know what I mean, for your analytics here on YouTube of like who's gonna watch you and who's looking for it and if it's already gone and stuff like that. So I almost want to reinvest that $10 just to get the 2 days shipping. I really do, especially now because a lot of the times the warehouse for Sephora is in Baltimore and I literally got it like the next day when I was living in DC, but now that I'm on the complete opposite side, like 3 days really like 4 almost, do you know what I mean? So 2 would be 3. You know what I mean? Okay. Number 5 is if you have that flash shipping, make several different orders. This applies if you have the free shipping, but is well worth it. You get to use a promo code on every order, which Ebates lists every single promo for Sephora. Like if you click on view promos on Sephora, it shows you like 2 things. Pick a deluxe size sample or the magazine thing, but Ebates lists a ton of them. That's how I got to see, like, you get variety samplers to like try out different things, tons of different things, and you also get your 3 free samples and plus any point perks that you add up. Like for example, during the Rouge or the VIB sale that just happened, I think I seriously did 8 different orders, and so I racked up a ton of free samples, but I wanted to buy nothing but the Steal a Huge mascaras with my points and also the Purity Made Simple minis with my points, but you can only do 1 of each on each order. So that's another reason why I did so many, and now I have a ton of backups. Steal a Huge is the best deluxe size sample mascara that there is, and Purity Made Simple I use every single day, twice a day, plus I use it once a week to wash my brushes, which you've already heard that a million times, but just to reiterate for anybody that's not on my channel regularly. Number 6 is save those samples and freebies. These make amazing gifts, swaps, and help you out. You can always throw in something, a little bit bigger, buy a super cute bag or a box, and voila. Always keep your eye out for those things that you actually use, and it will save you on those days in between checks and you're out of your favorite primer, cleanser, hence the 4 baby bottles of Purity I got this time around. So honestly, like, you know, right now I'm doing a giveaway, and I decided at the last minute to put that really cute holographic bag, and just fill it with samples and deluxe sizes, you know what I mean? Like, there's not anybody that would come across here and be like, say no to something that's free and like a, you know, heaping bag full of them. And that's all just from this year. I came out to Arizona with 0 samples, and that's all just from the month of November ordering from Ulta and Sephora. So that makes a really, really great gift. And like I said, I have tons of backups of the Steal a Huge mascara and tons of backups of my Purity Made Simple, because there are times, you guys, where I can't buy stuff, you know what I mean, and I'm in between, you know what I mean, whatever's going on. And like the whole entire, I was on a no buy from June until November when this sale came out. I didn't buy anything unless I absolutely needed it to do my makeup, you know what I mean? So just keep that in mind and it helps you out. Number 7, Ebates. I'm so glad that she's using it, is what I told her. The app is really the best way to go. It's more common for double cashback, bonus days, and you can use it in stores now. They do have an in-store section where you can scan it before you complete your purchase at Kohl's, at Ulta. I'm not sure if Sephora is doing in-store yet or not. The bonus days, I went shopping on Kohl's actually, and I got, I think it was 14% cash back for Cyber Monday. So it's more than double. It's called bonus days. And something else, I got like a ton of cash back. Oh, my Kate Spade purchase that I just did, which I don't know if you guys have seen that yet, but you will if you haven't already. So the app really is the best way to go. I know it's dangerous, you know what I mean, but we'll get into that later. Number 8, clearance and sale items. Yes, even Ulta and Sephora have them. When I see a certain palette go in these sections, sometimes I'll buy multiples and save those as gifts. Also keep your eye out for the Xmas sets that go on clearance after Christmas. Some do and some don't. There's no rhyme or reason to it, which is what I told her. Like last year, I know I got a couple of Ole Henriksen kits on clearance, and I was still using them until just recently. I just, for the sale, repurchased my my vitamin C serum. What is that called? It's not sheer transformation. That's anyways. So that the clearance does happen at Ulta and Sephora. I've gotten many palettes on there. Like I said, I do buy multiples. Like that Black Friday sale, there were like a few different palettes that were in there from Lorac, from Smashbox, from Urban Decay. I got multiples of those, and I can make goodie bags with those. You know what I mean? If you're trying to save money, always think ahead. You can always save that. You know what I mean? Like I said, if your wedding's coming up next year and you want to make your bridesmaids baskets, you know what I mean, or gift bags, whatever you want to do, keep your eye out for that. Number 9, listen very carefully, let me finish before you go whoa. Okay, so credit cards, but B-U-T, capital but, be smart about it. I have an Ulta card again, because again, you get even more points. So I did sign up when Ulta came out and they were like, credit cards, and everyone was like, oh my gosh, you know what I mean? Like, that is so dangerous. I did sign up for it because you got an additional, I think it was like 0.5 points, or maybe it was even 1, an additional point per dollar. So I'm getting 2.25 points per dollar when I use my card. And what I do, listen, just listen. I always look to see what I'm going to spend on my purchase and make sure it's in the bank. After I put it on said card, I pay it off as soon as I'm done with that transaction. I never ever carry a balance. And the reason is I learned that lesson the hard way. You know what I mean? Like, I felt like, you know, when I was younger, before I got married, I felt like credit cards were just, whoop, you know what I mean? It's done. You know what I mean? I didn't really think about the bill to come later. And so that instead of using, I'm still using cash technically, you know what I mean? So I'm not carrying that APR. I'm not doing any of that. I recently got a Victoria's Secret credit card. Again, I just bought bras and underwear, but I knew that I needed that. It wasn't like a luxury thing, or you know what I mean, on a whim. Like, I had the money to buy new bras and new underwear, which sometimes sets you back like an easy $100, $200, you know what I mean, especially there. And so I literally paid the balance off as soon as I'm done with that transaction. I don't wait until the month it's due, and that's just me learning lessons the hard way. You don't have to do it that way, but that's the best advice that I can give you with staying out of trouble, you know what I mean, because it's easy, especially with makeup, to spend a lot in a little amount of time. Trust me, I learned the hard way, I promise you guys. I'm not like almighty, all smart. Like, I definitely learned lessons the hard way, just like some other people. Number 10 is gift cards, and this one, she was like, oh my gosh, I never would have thought about that. Is some grocery stores and even drug stores will offer you triple points for gas if you buy gift cards, which totally saves. Like Safeway, and out here they have a store called Fry's, that when you buy, you know what I mean, a certain amount of gift cards, like you get 4 times the points for gas, and so you can end up saving up to $1 on gas. Or what I like to do is go to Rite Aid, and I'll tell you why. Is Rite Aid is hooked up with my Plenty points, and so they'll give me like 4, let's just say like 1,000 bonus points for buying a certain gift card like Sephora or Ulta, and then that will be $10 off my next transaction at either Rite Aid or Macy's, which I just started getting into Macy's because they have amazing beauty counters and actual like experts in each like brand, you know what I mean, and you can use your Plenty points there. So keep your eye out for those. Number 11 is newsletters. This one is a double-edged sword for sure. On one hand, you'll never miss any of the sales, but on the other, you'll be tempted to buy a lot more. I think it was Shano that was like, I just spent the last 2 hours taking myself off of every single newsletter, and I need to do that, I swear. But at the same time, that's how I know when all the different sales are going to be. And for a while, I did have a section on the Cocco channel's Facebook page of sales, like what was it, deals of the day. And I told you like everything that was on sale, you know what I mean? But it's dangerous. It definitely is dangerous. But every company has different anniversaries, or, you know what I mean, like just random sales, or, I mean, you have your obvious like Black Friday and, you know what I mean, stuff like that. But like some of your higher end ones, like when a new season, like, you know what I mean, they're already doing spring stuff right now, like the winter stuff will be on sale and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So whatever brand you're into, or whatever brand you know that your mother or sister or niece or whatever is into, you know what I mean, and you buy them a birthday gift, a Christmas gift, you know what I mean, whatever gift, definitely check that out. Number 12 is definitely your clearance actual site, like what is that called? Not final sale. What is that called? When, like Outlook and stuff like that, flash sale websites, you know what I mean, that carry all of the higher end stores or brands at a super discounted price, like Outlook. There's another one called Zulily. I don't know that they carry a ton of makeup on Zulily. I've only shopped off there once. I'm definitely a Outlook person. I love Outlook. And then, you know, definitely keep a lookout for your flash sale websites, and different countries have different ones. Like I know there's another one, Oz sale, OZ sale, that's like mainly Australia, you know what I mean, stuff like that. So I just want to read you one more time just to reiterate, like just in case there are people on this video that aren't normally on my channel. I don't want you to think me a snob or anything like that. I'm not, there's not endless money and stuff like that. It just says, a final thought. I do spend a lot of money on makeup, and clothes, probably more than some, but again, this is my job and I have a ton of support from my family and especially my husband. I try and save where and when I can. If it's my birthday, Christmas, Mother's Day, anniversary, anything, my family knows, cash or gift cards. I hope this helps. Let me know if you have any other questions. So yeah, that I think is it for this. I know I've changed positions like 8 times, but my battery has died. Somebody rang the doorbell. So that is it. If you do have any other questions, or maybe you have more advice for anyone down below, definitely leave it down below and share with us. And I think this was my very first like ever video that was a question. I feel like I want to do like a Q&A video. Do you guys think that we should do that? I feel like I should. So I think we should. I think we should do another Q&A video. So I'm going to open it, completely open forum for you guys. Anything and everything that you want to know, leave it down below. Don't have a fear of it being too personal. I mean, obviously I'm not going to tell you about my sex life with my, you know, anything like that, but anything else that you guys want to know, you know what I mean? Like, what size underwear do you wear? I don't care. You know what I mean? Stuff like that doesn't bother me. I just always keep myself kind of, you know what I mean, aback in case I offend any of you, but I guarantee you that I don't think there's anything that you guys could say that could offend me or be like, you know what I mean? So any questions that you have, definitely leave it down below. I have been on YouTube for 2.5 years and I've never done a Q&A. I just always felt like nobody really wanted to know anything, but if there is something that you guys want to know, please leave it down below and I will definitely do a Q&A video next week. Let me know. I would love to do that. So that is it. If you are new, hello and welcome. My name is Brittany Cocco. You are watching the Cocco channel. Please subscribe if you're not already. Don't forget to leave your questions down below so I can do a Q&A video. I love you guys so much and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!